As we have the opportunity to speak to key decision makers like you, who are responsible for influencing and maximizing the overall efficiencies of your company's organizations, we often hear of the many challenges that you face with the equipment rental processes. In fact, these three numbers tell a story. They speak to a story with a need for increased visibility and accountability, streamlining of processes, and the need to achieve greater cost control through cost reduction of their rental operation. Texas A&M surveyed industrial and commercial firms, much like yours, and found that 82% of those surveyed believe that an increase in utilization would directly increase their operational return on investment. However, in this same study, 46% of those surveyed currently did not track their utilization whatsoever. Over the past few years at RSC, we've been able to compile data that shows that 24% of all of our transactions exceed the expected return date. On average, that equates to roughly 15 average days. Leaders like you share with us how equipment rental affects both your short and long-term decisions. Here's another way to look at it. Utilization equals profit. You know, our customers share with us the numerous factors that affect your rental landscape in today's market. As we look at today, they tell us issues such as decentralization. Now, while this may be necessary in some organizations, decentralized processes can have an adverse effect and present challenges to your overall efficiencies and effectiveness throughout your organization. Multiple processes in place for managing your equipment rental decisions. Numerous vendors are enlisted to provide equipment and tools for your organization, as well as numerous people involved in the equipment rental decisions. Multiple craft in the field who require the right equipment, the right tools at the right time. Now, what are the results of these various factors? Well, quite often we find that too much equipment is on site. Rental duplication leads to excessive fees and excessive charges and waste throughout your entire project. We find, secondly, that items often exceed the expected return date, causing unnecessary past due expenses. And finally, the systems that manage these processes are too complex. We often hear stories of employees creating their own systems, whether it be sticky notes or Excel spreadsheets. Companies tell us of excessive swivel time, where an administrator swivels between a computer system and a manual process they created, all to manage their equipment. Now, what are the results of too much, too long, and too complex? Well, quite honest, there's excessive rental fees and rental cost. Too much time is spent in managing the processes. And finally, your most important resource and asset, your people, are unproductive managing all of this chaos. This system at best is referred to as what can be considered a fragmented process. Or, another way to look at it, truly reactive. Now, all of these reactive and fragmented processes are, quite frankly, putting your company and your organization at risk. The greatest risk of these challenges is not knowing how it's directly affect future results. To effectively move from today to a future desire of operational excellence can be done through managing your equipment rental processes. Failure to move from the equipment, from a fragmented process or the reactive process can limit an organization's potential growth trajectory. Now, how do organizations typically choose to deal with their or manage their equipment rentals? Well, quite often they focus mainly on price. They seek the lowest price, lowest line item prices, or advantageous terms as the only key factors in their decision-making process. Well, it has been proven that price only has 1/6 the financial impact as truly addressing the issues of too much, too long, and too complex. Another way to say this is companies that focus merely on price continue down a downward spiral into the abyss. Now, companies are choosing RSC today to help bridge the gap between today and the future level of organizational excellence that they hope to achieve. They realize that by managing the equipment rental process, it can have a direct positive impact on employee productivity, employee engagement, and your overall project success. And this can only be done through RSC or by using RSC. Best-in-class organizations share with us 3 goals that they are partnering with RSC. Let's take a look at these and how they're achieving success. The first goal is that of increased visibility and accountability. What if your team had true insight into every aspect of the rental process? With RSC's Total Control program, you have unparalleled visibility along with the functionality of optimized rental process, to optimize the rental process, to eliminate redundant rentals, as well as past due or late rentals. With our Management by Exception program, you receive actionable data that's based on criteria you set to allow for the best strategic decisions to be made for your organization. Some companies have leveraged our embedded GPS technology to help achieve these results. The second goal we like to look at is a streamline of operations and of operational processes. What if you had a partner in managing your equipment more efficiently and effectively? With RSC's managed service strategy, you receive a dedicated advocate that is intimately familiar with your operation and your processes and will be there to assist to manage them effectively and efficiently. You are provided the tools and equipment to maximize your productivity. And more importantly, you are going to receive a partner that is dedicated to maintain a safe and efficient work environment for your entire team. The third goal is that of reduced costs. What if you had the right tools and the right strategy to impact your equipment cost and your ROI? By using scorecards and key performance indicators that are based on industry standards, your team will be empowered to increase the level of efficiency throughout your entire organization. By using customized data, you'll be able to validate and justify each and every rental throughout your entire organization. More importantly, you're going to receive actionable information that will help impact future decisions throughout your company. Organizations are partnering with RSC to achieve these results. We call this strategy RSC's consumption management. Now, while this may be an unfamiliar term, this new strategy is helping organizations much like yours achieve cost savings 6 times that of price. And they can only do this with RSC. By having the right equipment, the right time, with streamlined processes that drive cost reduction. This is the heart of RSC's consumption management. And it bridges the gap from today to future levels of operational success throughout your organization. Now, if you truly want to align the factors that affect your rental landscape, if you want to move from a fragmented process to a fragmented reactive process to a proactive, repeatable rental program, if you want to truly identify the risks and replace these risks with success, then the only clear choice is by using RSC. This is what best-in-class organizations are doing to control their rental cost. The power of you and RSC can achieve similar results. I'd like to share with you a few more numbers. These numbers, again, tell another story. A major gas and oil company that we do business with has implemented RSC's consumption management program. 35% is the increase they have experienced in their utilization by using RSC's consumption management strategy. This increase in utilization is responsible for a 28% decrease in their rental cost. And more importantly, they were able to achieve these results in 3 months. Now, let's talk about how partnering with RSC can achieve similar results for you and your organization.